Alright, I'm going to show you how to build a BMX grind box, and what you're going to need about 10 2x4s. You're going to want to pick out the 4 straightest ones. You're going to want to do that in the store because there's a lot of crooked ones. These are going to be for your top and bottom supports, so you're going to want those straight so the box isn't wobbly. The other ones, they don't really matter as much. And then you're going to want 3-inch deck screws. That's what I use anyway, and they're really nice. 1.5 inch, just regular Phillips screws. That's what I use to mount the angle iron. And then you're going to want 2 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood. And the last thing you're going to want is some angle iron for the sides. And they're 2 by 2 inches, 8 feet long, and 1/8 inch thick. And you're going to want to buy that from a local steel place. It's way cheaper than going through Menards or Home Depot. I got 2 8-foot lengths for about $20 from a steel facility by my house. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so the box we're going to be building is going to be 18 inches tall, 2 feet wide, and 8 feet long. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut your supports. The supports are going to be 16 inches tall. And then what you want to do after you get those all cut, you're going to want to mark, well I do anyway, I mark 3.5 inches on each one because I'm going to cut little notches for the top 2x4s to sit in. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you get all your supports cut and your 3.5 inch line on there, you're going to want to set a table saw to, or however you want to cut it, but you want to cut 1.5 inches from either side of the 2x4. You want to cut 1.5 inches away. So the first thing that we're going to do is you're just going to cut down to the line that you marked. Alright, and then once you cut down to that line, you're going to want to do that on all of them. I'm going to do that real quick and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do after you get all of your lines cut on the 2x4s, you're going to want to cut off the skinnier side because that's where our top support is going to be sitting. So what I do is I have a chop saw, and I'm just going to cut those out real quick. There's definitely other ways to cut it, but this is definitely the fastest and easiest. Alright, so that's what it's going to look like, and if you're wondering why we're doing that, so what's going to happen is we're going to take our top longboard and it's going to sit in there like this across the top. It's going to make it really strong, and it's going to provide a lot of support as to just running a 2x4 across the top. Then once you have all your notches cut, what you're going to want to do is attach those boards to those straighter ones that we had picked out earlier. I just used 2 screws on the bottom, and then flip it up here, and then 2 screws on the top also, right on the outside of the notch, to hold those on. So it should look like that. You're going to want them facing outwards there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the pieces for the top support. Now these middle supports here are going to be 20 inches long. You're going to want 7 of them, and you just want to put them on the inside and do the same thing, 2 screws. And I'm going to make a list of all the 2x4 lengths you'll need, and I'll post that somewhere in the video just so you can look at that and use that as reference. A lot easier than finding where I'm telling you how long these are. And then I have 2 of these guys. These are only 16 inches. I just put them on the end there, make it look a little bit nicer. And then these guys on the bottom, which are 23 inches. 3 of those, 1 in the middle and then 1 on each end, just to give the bottom a little bit of strength so it doesn't bow inward or anything. So you're going to attach all of those, and when it's done it should look something like this. And then basically just next we just need to cut the plywood, and we'll get that done. And then what you want to do is paint your sections. Well, you don't have to paint them, but it's going to make it a lot more weatherproof. I just went to Menards, and they have this weather screen stuff there. It's $16, and you can get it in whatever color you want. The current project I'm working on is black, so that's what I did. But what you're going to need is these two pieces, which are 17.5 inches wide, and this piece, which is 24 inches wide. And I put 2 coats on, and then we can put the box all together. So then you're just going to want to screw on your sides and your top. And then once those are put on, you'll want to put the angle iron on. And then with the angle iron, you're going to want a bit that is bigger than the head of your screw, just a little bit bigger, and then you're going to want a bit that is a little bit bigger than the threaded part of your screw. And what you're going to do is you're going to drill all the way down through with the smaller bit, and then drill about halfway down with the bigger bit, and that'll make your screws sit just under the angle iron. Sorry, I can't really get focused here, but it'll get your screws to sit just under the angle iron, which obviously you don't want them sticking out for grinding. Anyway, so I use 3-inch screws on the top. You want to just drill those down, and then 1.5 inches on the side, because the sides is just a 2x4 on the inside there, which is only 1.5 inches thick anyway, so if you put anything longer in there, it might strip out. And then that's pretty much it. That's how you build a BMX grind box. If you guys want to leave any comments, let me know what you think. If you want to see any other ramps or boxes built, let me know. And I will be putting up a video here pretty soon also of an angled box that'll go with this one. And thanks for watching, guys.